A crossover between a satirical cartoon and a live-action adventure series?
It's either going to be pure genius or a calamitous failure.
And which is it?
Hey, Commander Fennec here, and, well, I can say this for sure. This was one of the most unusual crossovers I've ever experienced. How did they explain the fact we go from the cartoon world to the real world? They don't, and I was okay with that. I was also reminded, having not seen Lower Decks in a while, that universe works well in its universe. Put it into live action, I found it irritating as hell. The fanboy attitude Boimler and Mariner had were really and truly annoying. Oh, come on. In First Contact, Geordi and especially Barclay really geek out about seeing Zefram Cochrane. Isn't that the same? Yes and no. For one thing, that was a small part of the entire movie, a couple of scenes. Here, it's most of the runtime, and for me, it didn't work. Now, don't get me wrong. The actors did a fantastic job bringing their animated characters into live action, and how they behaved is admittedly consistent with the animated cells. But for me, that level of really disrespect and gross insubordination doesn't work outside of the animated format of Lower Decks.
I can't disagree with you, but I'd like to add something to the discussion.
The grumpy engineer's about to join in a pretty negative dissection of an episode. Do you think we can handle it? I'll get us some Pale Hawaiian Hurricane cocktails, just in case.
The story didn't work from a sci-fi point of view either. Okay, we have a time-traveling device, that's nothing new. These things are strewed all over the galaxy, truth be told. But there's many aspects of it that don't make sense. For one thing, it's super easy to steal, yet no one has since touched the device in over a century? Come on.
I can't really disagree with that. He does make a good point.
Also, it was triggered by an unexpected reaction with the camera Rutherford used, and a super rare metal that was part of its construction. So, when it's time to go back to the future, all they have to do is add more of that metal and that's it? What about the reaction with the camera? And if it's that easy, why didn't anyone else use it in the century between the two time periods?
Because the metal's super rare and extremely difficult to synthesize.
Yeah, but the challenge would be more than worth it. Think of all the riches from the future you could plunder. Also, no dials, no settings, no instructions, yet somehow this super old time travel device will take you exactly where you need to be from either side of the portal. Oh, and one side sucks you in, while the other lets you walk through of your own volition. Sorry. That was a particularly ill-thought-out time-traveling MacGuffin.
And another thing, if that metal was so rare that none could be got in the entire quadrant, how come there was so much of it in the 22nd century humans were able to make a fleet of ships with it, with no mention of its extreme scarcity? A fleet? The Enterprise, the Columbia, with more on the way. I'd call that a fleet. There was nothing that you liked about the episode?
I liked the title sequence being animated.
The conversation Boimler had with Pack about his birthday, and the lesson about not painting all members of his species with the same brush. That was nice, and gave the episode a good Star Trek-in feel.
Hold on, about that. When Boimler tries to contact the Orions to get them to return the grain, didn't La'an say Uhura was able to block his signal? So how did the Orions get the message?
And if they all agree to officially give credit to the Orions for having discovered the device, why did the Lower Decks human crew know it's Pike and the gang who discovered it first? You've got to admit, the fox and the chicken, they make good points. Got any more of those, Pale Hawaiian Hurricanes? Coming right up! This episode felt like it was just a fun gimmick. What if cartoon characters interacted with live-action ones? And I think that's as far as it went. And admittedly, there were some fun moments, but overall I found it long, irritating, and inconsistent, all while the characters were well played and true to themselves. That sounds like a bit of a contradiction. Not at all. I can praise the actors' skills, while being disappointed the story threads weren't properly thought out by the writers. But I think we've gone on long enough. I'm awarding those old scientists 1.5 paws. But tell me, what did you think of this episode? Share your thoughts in the comments. Live long, and may the Force be with you.